If homeschooling wasn't illegal, Unity Eagle, would you be homeschooling? I lived at a Zen meditation center in Austin, Texas for 8 months, and one of the residents who lived with me told me that there was a family of unschoolers who used to come by, and the kids would throw rocks in the fountain, the Buddha fountain, in a way that felt very disrespectful to him. And kind of not treating our grounds well. And he was very frustrated that the parents didn't intervene and ask them to be more respectful. So I'm curious to know what you would have done in such a situation. Perhaps it would be my friend's role to intervene, or if the parents should have said something.
This just seems like a very tortured definition of freedom. By that same definition, I could say, it's too cold outside. You're not allowed to go outside. It's bad for your health. So I want you to have the freedom to have good health. Therefore, I don't let you go outside. At some point, words have to mean something. And freedom means being able to make your own choices, even if other people think they're harmful for you. Same as I would do with an adult. I would tell them that, hey, if you throw rocks, it's disrespectful, and I don't want to be around you if you do that. I'm not going to bring you around here. I'm not going to accompany you here. And maybe they'll call the police for vandalism and you'll get in trouble. So same as an adult.
Good answer. That surprised me, but kind of cool. Thanks so much for participating, Mahadeva. Would you like to share some more? Thank you for participating, Diana. I would love to hear more about the great school your kids attend if you'd like to share some information with us. It seems like there's a very subtle but huge divide between a parent like you who's found your freedom and so is able to be authentic in this way. And you are very secure in your relationship to your child, and to a parent who is in some ways enabling their child by not bringing the same authenticity and allowing them to experience the natural consequences like you are. I really don't want to judge any parent and say one way is good and one way is bad. I'm having difficulty articulating it, but it just seems like there's a world of difference between the kind of freedom that you're talking about and the kind of permissiveness I've observed in certain situations where the goal is freedom, but the result is a kind of enabling and coddling, or one might perceive that. It's almost as if the whole household starts revolving around the children, as opposed to seeking some sort of balance in all the relationships, so that allowing a child to have their freedom doesn't take away from your freedom or any other person's freedom. The focal point is somehow more balanced, maybe. I'm not sure. I thought about this some more. Maybe the difference in the way you are interacting with your children is that you're not applying a set of rules like I explain everything to them and treat them like an adult, but you're coming from this place of freedom in yourself, and not giving the freedom to your child is almost distasteful for you. So it's more of an orientation than a system per se. It's more of an orientation and a way of being than an ideology per se. Because when it becomes an ideology, a lot can get fuzzy. And this orientation towards not trying to control your children is also rooted in a deep and intimate relationship of trust. So those two things are working in tandem, the trusting, loving relationship and your own freedom inside yourself that feels distaste when you try to constrain another being. I keep saying giving freedom rather than not trying to control. Language, force of speech. Hi everyone, this is an interesting clip from an interview I did with Anya Kamenetz, who is an education correspondent for NPR.
Children have very little agency in their lives. They're told when they're going to go to school, when they're going to eat, when they're going to go to sleep, who they can play with, where and when they can play. And sometimes a child just wants to be and to relax and to not have to perform or be agreeable or follow rules, but just relax. And I think that bedtime is such a wonderful time to connect with parents and to feel that love coming to you. And if a child at bedtime feels the pressure to perform, that tension causes distress.